YouTube, this is Justin, aka Demonic Sweaters, your guide in DIY multimedia production, and I'm here today with another vintage tech review, and this one is going to be on my Casio, and I have the original cover here. It's a Casio CT370 keyboard synthesizer, sort of a synthesizer. This thing was made in 1987, and it's got 49 full-size keys, and the 210 sound tone bank by Casio. And what that actually means, and what I mean by it almost being a synthesizer, is basically it has a bunch of sound samples built in, PCM wave files or waveforms, and the tone bank is something that you can actually mix these sounds together and kind of layer them on top of one another. It's not totally a synthesizer, but I say almost, because you can kind of customize sounds a little bit. And it also has a built-in rhythm section and drum machine and auto chords, which is something that a lot of Casios did that's pretty cool. And it has a really cool sound. It has a very 80s sound, which I like a lot. The drum sounds are very gritty and 8-bit sounding. They sound really cool. It's got some cool cowbells and stuff in there. I actually made a full SF2 file sound font of this actual keyboard that you can download. I'll post a link to that down below, and so that way you can have one of these for yourself, really, without actually having one. And I really took a lot of time making that sound font. I went through every single sound, sampled them all, even all of the individual drum sounds and everything. So it's pretty cool. I got this for about, I think, $10 on Craigslist. When I got it, it wasn't working. What had happened is somebody, they walked by and tripped over the power jack on there, and that was broken on the inside. So I just basically had to fix the circuit board was cracked. So I just took some wires and basically resoldered from the circuit board to the power jack on there, and it works fine now. And it also has an output, an 1/8-inch audio output, so you can plug this directly into your computer for recording, or any other recording or hardware that you have. And then there's also a fine tune adjustment right here, which is interesting that it has that. Not a lot of these keyboards actually have that, but that's pretty cool. In case for some reason it's out of tune with other instruments that you're playing, you can actually tune it. There's also a few different beats that you can select. You've got rock 1, 8-beat, 16-beat, disco, pops, slow rock, swing, samba, bossa nova, waltz, and a number of other ones in the second section. And then basically it just works by having a lot of push buttons here that you can select the different settings. And then it has different volume knobs for the rhythm and for the accompaniment and for the main volume. But it's pretty simple to use. It sounds really cool. It's got some, like I said, some very 80s sounding sounds in it. And what I'm going to do in this video is actually create a full song using only this keyboard. And I'm going to do that in my computer, just recording multi-track. And then I'll walk you through the entire process, and then we'll hear how it sounds at the end. All right, here we go. All right, so to get this set up to record, all we're going to need is this little cable right here. It's one of these little 1/8-inch to 1/8-inch cables, because this actually has an 1/8-inch output. So we just plug into the output there, and then I'm just going to plug it directly into the input of my computer over here. And that's all I need to do. What I'm going to do, though, after this, I'm actually recording this in Qtractor and Linux, which is a really good audio recording software for Linux. So what I'm going to do is actually switch over to the screen capture software, so you can hear me as I'm recording the tracks, and then we'll do the song that way. Alright, so now I'm trying to get some drum sounds first, so I'm just going to pick a beat here, and let's turn the tempo down. I want to make something a little bit mellow. Bit more. Okay, yeah, that sounds good to me. And I got some audio levels here that looks pretty good. So let me go ahead and slide this over. I'm armed to record, and I'm just going to go ahead and record some. I need to save it first. CT370. Go for a while, then I'll do a fill. Actually, what I should have done here, and I think what I'm still going to do, let me stop this. I'm going to actually set a BPM in Qtractor and then record a drum beat and then basically make that into a loop, so that way I can sync it up in Qtractor, and that'll make things a lot easier and better, easier for me to cut and paste and do things later on. So I'm going to undo what I just recorded. And now let me get a click track sound first off. So I need to connect my metronome. And let's see, in MIDI, metronome, I'm going to connect that to Fluid Synth. Okay. Is that here? Let's go back and hear the tempo. And right now it's at 100, and that's pretty close to what was just playing. Pretty close. So I'm going to go ahead and rewind to the beginning and re-record that. Okay, so now I have a clip that should be synced up pretty good to my click track. So let me go ahead and trim off the ends of it here. And it looks like it's a little bit off, so I'm going to fix that first. Zoom in. Back to the beginning. And I'm going to turn off the snap to for the time being, so I can trim my audio file exactly where I want it, and then I'm going to time stretch it to fit perfectly within that grid. Zoom in even more. Alright, so that's perfect right there. Now let's go back to snap. Okay, then we snap it to the grid there. Now I'm going to trim the end, which should be pretty good, I think. Let me play it back first just to check. So yeah, it's pretty good. All I need to do basically is trim off this end here. Now let me try looping that, and we'll see how that sounds. Zoom back out. Can I zoom out this way? No. turn on loop. Go back to the beginning before I play it. Try that again. I don't know why the rewind button doesn't really work on Qtractor, but that's kind of annoying. Okay, good. So now we have a synchronized loop. Now I'm going to select another sound. So let's create another track. Here we go. Call this one bass. No plugins. And it's going to be audio. Go with that. Make sure that's not record armed anymore. Rewind to the beginning. I'm going to turn off loop. That's all I need because I can loop that. So let me trim the ends. Let's copy that. Copy and then paste. Now let's play it back. All right. Now let's pick something else. Let's go with one of these other sounds. There's one on here. Yeah, that one I like a lot. Okay. Let's create another track. Turn my loop back on so I can practice something. For this one, I may utilize Qtractor's loop record function. So let me go in to options here and make sure that that is on. Just put it on last. And let's rewind to the beginning. All right. Chord arm my track. Happened there. Let's hear how that sounds. Okay, so what I want to do then is actually fix the timing of that a little bit. So I'm just going to trim off the beginning. And actually I can delete that because that's part of the other take. And then let's go ahead and zoom back in. Let me close my mixer. I'm going to stretch this to the end. There we go. Alright. Now that track I'm going to have come in later on. So I'm going to copy these and then Control-Shift-V, repeat paste them. Let's do like 7 times so I have a total of 8. Why didn't I get both? Let's undo that. Shit. Try that again. Copy. Why am I not getting both? Okay, whatever. Alright, let's zoom out. I mean. Well, that's weird. Sometimes Qtractor does some weird things, and that was one of them. So, oh wait, I don't even know what the hell's going on there. That's bizarre. Alright, I'm going to have to fix this real quick. This isn't lining up correctly. Let me undo this. I see what I did. I didn't copy the full part of the bass. I just had one selected, so let me undo all of that. And copy. I was blaming it on Qtractor, but it was my fault. Okay. So now what I want to do is let that play a few times before that keyboard line comes in. So I'm going to move this over to here, and then copy that, and paste that. Move that down to 5 times, I think. Okay, now let's hear this back. Let's turn off loop. Honestly, I'm not real crazy about that tape delay either. I'm gonna pick something else. Let's do... how about like a chorus? Or a flange? Yeah, let's do flange. Retro flanger. Let's try that. Alright, I dig that. As well as some reverb. So that's getting kind of repetitive. So let's add some more stuff in there. And And what I'm going to do is add another track. And then this one I'm going to call pads. And it's going to be audio again. And let's select a new sound on the Casio. And let's go into one of these is a really cool pad type sound. That was pretty cool. Okay, there we go. The synths or the strings, really nice sounding. Well, that sucks. Just completely crashed. And I don't think I saved it recently. Oh, come on. Let's see how much got saved. Yes. Open up the autosave. Oh, good. Okay. Whew. Save that. Thank God for autosave. Okay. Okay, I'm cool with that. It's a pretty simple song, but you know, let's go ahead and render it and then I'll play back the whole thing so you guys can hear it.